why is the world up in arms about Central Vista? I mean, why is it that everybody in the world has an opinion about it when this is really an internal matter?
I think that India should take it as a compliment that we are center stage in the minds of everybody, you know. But the fact that it's a negative center stage is what concerns me. You know, you're right. It is our internal business. So if they're going to widen the Champs-Élysées or make a tunnel under it, does Mr. Modi and does all the environmentalists say the Champs-Élysées should be saved and all this? You know, I mean, it's our business. And besides, we're not doing any of those things that they're imagining we are doing. So it's a very good question. I'd like to enjoy and answer that. I have a very good friend called Guy Sorman, who is a public intellectual in France. He lectures also in Europe. He had also sent me a mail saying that you know, scholars, architects, economists are at each other's throats on this issue. World over, you know. Everybody has a view, everybody wants to share it, everybody wants to write about it, you know. So isn't it curious? And then I have another friend called William J.R. Curtis. He is a great specialist of world architecture. He's done encyclopedias. And I designed a book for him 30 years ago, where he couldn't find any designer to work for, to understand the simplicity. He was writing a book on V.V. Doshi of Ahmedabad. And I designed that book those days by cutting and pasting because there was no computers. And it won the Best Design Award. So William Curtis and I have a very good relationship. You know, he wrote to me saying that it was in December, during the lockdown in 2020. He's saying that I should sign a petition that the whole world was outraged that one home, and 18 dormitories built by Louis Khan at the IIMA, the Indian Institute of Management in Ahmedabad, were being knocked down because they were a world treasure. Okay, so you know, I can actually reason anything from both sides. Like you have a debate, you know, you can vote for it or against it. I didn't sign it because you know, there are different ways to deal with architecture. And since we're talking about the Central Vista, you can either make a new capital outside, you know, all right? And which means that it changes the whole chemistry, etc. of the city. Or you can do another thing, you can do a part, you know, you can take the old part, which is maybe the oldest part, which is not very functional at that moment, like Paris did, you know, and then make it modern, make some big arteries, because suppose there's a fire or there's a riot or there's some problem in the old part, you can't reach it. So you have to have fire tenders and put all the things like parkings, sewage, water, all underground, because they are functional things. So that kind of revamp is what to do. So and so actually what India is doing a combination of all the three things. Nothing is outrageous about it. It's raising that which is redundant and not of any importance. Nirman Bhavan and Shastri Bhavan. Yeah.
It's been done across the world in different cities time and again. So it's not like
if you look at Berlin, you look at there's so many examples of it, you know, all over the place. Brasilia being the new city and Paris being in Manhattan, they saved the village, you know, the village. But then what happens is that when the place becomes chic, you know, then the prices go up. Correct. And the whole gentrification of the interior happens, you know, the slums become the chic places to stay. Correct. So there's much to be said in everything. But when these things are done abroad, for example, when President Mitterrand was voted in 1981, by 83 he had set up a plan to make 8 buildings in Paris. Okay? And when he thought of, you know, the Grand Arche, the Opera, and all those 8 things, so there they called it monumental urbanism.
Right. So what, how
here
is
we
this?
can't call it. We can't call it monumental urbanism here, because actually the buildings are going, the parking lots are going, and they're becoming just a little wider, and the parking is going underneath, broadly. So here it's desecration of the sacred, of buildings, which everybody is ashamed to visit. They smell of urine when you enter. They had made bigger room, not knowing India was going to become what it became. One room is cabined out in different things. There's nothing to be proud about, So if somebody brings efficiency to the building, and yes, so why should it interest everybody,
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.